What's up guys, this is Gaming, your channel for fresh Arena of Valor content, and after I spent 9,000 vouchers not getting the new Dimension Breaker skin, I had to spend some of my real money just because I wanted it so desperately, and here we are with the first video featuring Lauriel Dimension Breaker on this channel. For the guys who have not followed my channel since I introduced my videos, Lauriel is one of the champions that I like the most. If you check out my hero roster, you can see that she's actually the hero that I played second most, just because I like her so much. And my love for Lauriel began when the Divine Grace skin was introduced. And now we've got the Dimension Breaker on her finally, and I just wanted to show you the skin in gameplay today, and this is what we're going to talk about in today's video. But first of all, let me show you the build that I've been playing. And the game calls it Instant Burst. So as you can see, we are building a equipment that is highly tweaked around some utility slash magic items. So we've got Barris Agony as well as the Tome of the Reaper for utility slash damage. Of course, we're taking Diadem here then in order to boost our damage even further with the Evil Secrets here to get some magic penetration. And last but not least is the Holy of Holies, the greatest item out there for mages, giving you 400 AP, which is just brutal for the enemies if they ever have to face it. Enchantment wise, I'm going with Devour, Deadly Claw, and Devil's Awakening, because Lauriel is a hero who's some sort of one-trick pony. She is mainly fought in her ultimate state. So whenever you got ultimate up, things are actually going quite nicely. So you need to fight enemies in your ult, and then you have the greatest cooldown reduction of all times, dealing tremendous amounts of damage. When not having your ult, she's more some sort of harass hero, and she's still working fine with that. Don't have any doubt about that. In the second line of enchantments, I'm taking the Frost Orb as well as Gunstinger, so that we can be in a invincible state, and we're going to apply that in the actual gameplay. So it's not only there for some spare enchantment. And Arcana wise, I have built a build which consists of 10 times Violate, 10 times Devour, and 10 times Hex for some additional cooldown reduction, getting even better cooldown reduction. I guess you can switch that out to Flurry to get some more magic penetration, but yeah, this is the build that I've been playing, but I would rather take Flurry over Hex instead, because cooldown reduction is not really a problem that Lauriel is facing right now, especially when she's got ult up. So this is the build. I hope you guys like today's video. So if you dare, give it a thumbs up, because that helps me to grow my channel. Consider to subscribe if you haven't, because that helps my channel to grow as well. And comments are always really welcome, so put your thoughts down in the comment section below. It's free to use, it's free of charge, and you can put whatever you want in the comment section, so feel free to use it. Let's go with the actual gameplay. Alright, here we go. And from what I've seen in the end result, I think that we have been actually playing a ranked match against real players, which is something which is actually not that common, especially in platinum matches anymore. You have to have at least diamond or above elo in order to secure that this is not a bot match. But from what I have saw, I would say that these were real people, which makes the fun even greater. So yeah. After the first wave clear, I would say it's time to talk about the team composition at first, because that's what I always like to do at the beginning of my videos. So if you take our team composition, we've got Suka on the top lane, not really one of the craziest and best players or heroes out there, unfortunately, because I like Suka a lot, but he is still a hero that I would not advise you to play on the top lane if you are not one of the greatest mechanic person out there. I think he's outshined by a lot. Let's name Richter, Yena, Florentino, Volkov, Tachi. They serve the purpose of brawling in the top lane a little bit better, because Zuka is just a little bit too squishy right now in the meta, with a lot of CC spells really, really ruining his day. Then we've got Quill in the jungle, a character that I'm not really that fond of anymore, because I think there are a lot of better junglers out there in the game right now. He was really strong when he was introduced to the game, when a lot of people didn't know anything about his invisibility mechanics, but I think now he has just been outshined and outclassed by so many other heroes on that position. We've got me in the mid lane. Yeah, to be fair, Lauriel is not really one of the best mid laners right now in the game. I think she is pretty much decent, but she is not the best tier, so I would advise you to take Liliana, Crixie, Tulin or Illumia before the nerf that she's going to have quite soonish. And Lauriel is more some sort of kind of mid-tier hero, but I still like her for the burst that she applies to the game. And as you can see, we have scored 2 kills without any problem here. Now I had to take Flicker, but things are still looking quite good. And on the duo lane, we've got Valheim as well as Telenas, and that's a double AD carry matchup, and I think it's just not really worth taking. You are usually always better to have a real tank or a real support with one of your AD carries, but Valheim indicated in the hero selection that he is going to be the support hero. But I think when I look at the end result, I think that Telenas has become the support hero and Valheim was the one who was actually carrying some parts of the game. Taking a look at the enemy team composition, we've got Arthur as the top laner, so a really, really well-rounded character with great damage. He's got good mobility and he's actually quite tanky. Being able to build hybrid or being able to build full tank and still being able to while working in that battle. We've got Butterfly as the enemy jungler. She's pretty decent. I would say she's a really good jungler right now, with loads of shenanigans, and the shield has just increased her overall value to the team fights. So she's not as squishy as she was. So you don't have to build her as a class cannon, because she can actually be played as some sort of hybrid assassin warrior, which makes her game outstanding, especially in comparison to the games that she has been playing before. And then we've got Yue in the mid lane, a character that I really feared when I saw in the pick screen that I was facing Yue, because she's got superior range and I have to play actually quite close to the enemy lines in order to make my build work. So I was not really that sure if I could make it work, but all in all it totally did. As you can see, I've got 4 kills already. And then on the duo lane we've got Crashed compared with another Telenas, so that's a fatal duo. Both are not the greatest heroes out there, but in the combination with Crash, who's able to push enemies away with his first ability, as well as pushing everything away with his ultimate, we've got a pretty strong combo that can ruin our days and not writing home about anything else. So I tried to get Telenas here. Unfortunately, it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Fortunately, Telenas is here to seal the deal on Arthur. But as you can see, I'm not really having an easy time to fight against them. But that is due to the fact that Lauriel is always a little bit more upfront than other mages, and she needs to stay close to the action in order to be played fairly well. And I'm not dealing that much damage right now because I'm missing some items, but things are actually going to be better in about 3 or 4 minutes when we have added some items to our game plan, especially the ones where we can shred through armor. That said, I would say let's focus on this skin because it's plain beautiful. You guys know that I do not get any money from Arena of Valor to highlight any of those skins. it's basically my account that I have to pay for, and I have to use vouchers for. Things are not given to me lightly. I do participate in a content creator program, but this is not really something where you, oh my goodness, that was just so bad, where I'm just gifted vouchers, or I just get skins for free. So I had to use my vouchers and my money to get that skin, but it was totally worth it. It's not worth the money that I spent at the end of it, obviously, but the skin is really beautiful, and it gives me some Neon Genesis Evangelion vibes, because there's this kind of monster or something underneath when she's traveling, like this one, and that just looks like one of the Evas in Neon Genesis Evangelion, and I had to get it just because of that. And I think the animation looks just dope. It's just awesome how cool his skin looks, and I had to get it, even if the Divine Grace is one of my favorite ones, but I had to get this skin, and it was totally worth on getting it. But if you guys do not have the money or the time to get these kind of skins, just leave it alone. It's just a waste of money if you are struggling to get a crazy income. For me, it was, I think, 10 euros in total. But in terms of the vouchers and the money I've spent, I think it's more than 100 euros. And of course, that's not worth any of it. It's just, for 100 euros, get some nice food, go to another city that you haven't seen and book one of the nice Airbnbs or something like that. But don't waste money on skins in Arena of Valor. It's just not worth it. It's digital design assets in a game, and that's of course not worth the money at all. So for me, it's some kind of pleasure, because I had some vouchers left that I didn't spend in some of the earlier matches, but in this case I needed to get it. But I would not ever spend 100 euros on this skin, and there is no guarantee that you will even get it for 100 euros. I saw some guys writing on Reddit that they got it for like 2,000 to 3,000 vouchers. I think that's a fair price, because the skin is actually quite beautiful. You've got a nice recall animation. You have voiceover in Japanese, which makes the skin actually quite unique. But all in all, it's not worth 100 euros, and that's guaranteed. Like, don't do it. And if you want to do it, make sure that you've got money to spare, so that a car repair doesn't really break your neck or something like that. So that's all I want to say about that skin. But in my opinion, the skin is really beautiful, and I had to get it. But if you haven't got the measures to buy it, just leave it. There are a lot of giveaway skins in the game that you can just get for free, and you don't have to spend any money on it, and everything still looks beautiful. Like, take Valheim for example. He has picked the soccer skin, which is one of the ugliest skin out there in the world, and he's still having a great time because he's just actually playing a good game. And that's it. You don't need anything else. But surfing on an Eva into the battlefield is something which is unique, and no one is going to take that away from me. So yes, that's nice. So all in all, I would say we are completely dominating the entire enemy team. As you can see, basically 4 towers are still standing on the enemy side, and the only thing that they have kind of destroyed right now is the tower in the mid lane and the bottom lane, and now they try to get another mid lane tower, but we were just focusing on getting this bottom lane tower here. Talnas and I were eager to get it, and now I went all in, and I think my ult was a little bit wasted, but all in all it was enough to pay the price, or to pay back Yue for all the stuff that she has done to my team. And we were even able to get a minion into the last tower, and now it's time to get back in order to defend the base. And here we go with full force. Ultimate is ready right now, and now it's time to get into the range of this poor soul. I think I used my ult a little bit too early. Here we go. Now he is using his ultimate, and that was just crappy gameplay. Nothing that I could do about it, but I think I got my team some time in order to just set themselves up for the retaliation, and I think the enemy team does a really bad job here on trying to get Zuka here in the jungle without any means. Why not push into the final tower? And now Quillen does get a kill. He does get a double kill. Valheim is about to die. A double kill for Butterfly. She hasn't really seen so much of killing time here in the game, and now that was just a really, really big mistake to stay so long under the tower. I think it costed them the game, because now the whole enemy team is dead, and I said to my team, let's get Darkslayer right now, because there is no one that can take it away from us. And the only person that replied to my call is telling us Quillen is about to join the fight, but look at the life. It's just whittled down so easy. Darkslayer has been defeated. I do get the summon here. Really nice animation. So now you really know that Darkslayer is going to be put on the lane where you really want it. And now we've got all the time in the world to set our game plan up and start to fight. Meanwhile, as the mid lane is occupied, Valheim and Quillen are starting to make a push on the bottom lane. I'm getting away without any complications here. I think that Darkslayer was basically pretty lost because my team was just jumping around here, but I think that could have been the game if we would just have gone for a team fight, and now it's our time to defend the base again. I mean, I'm sitting on 11 kills, so I feel fairly confident that I can fight a fight against this team. It's time to get some minions here, and now we are closing in. And the good thing is the enemy team is kind of separated, so... And here we go. Using all that I have, but it's not enough. Quillen is just cutting through them like a hot knife through butter, and with all of that force, it's not really that difficult anymore. We've got a Vanguard here who is sufficient enough in order to push it. Now he has the slow because we pushed too much towers in a short duration of time. I'm making an entrance here in order to get the tower so that my team can work on it, and now it's just telling us versus us. Telling us is dead, and now we've got a broken core, and this is another ranked match that we have won with a really beautiful Lauriel skin, and yeah, another victory that I can put on my list. So the first game played with Lauriel and the Dimension Breaker, and now it's the first victory in a ranked match. So this was it. 11-4, 28% damage dealt, so second most damage. Fight participation was actually quite good, so 11.2 points. That's enough. And thanks for watching. Have a nice evening. Stay safe and goodbye. Cheers.